Ladies and gentlemen, I'm John Gray here with Coach John Olive. This is the John Olive Fifth Quarter Show, and we are here to celebrate a victory over Marshall County in the second round of the playoffs. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Cold enough for you last night?
A little frosty out down there, and it was playoff weather, though.
Oh, it was.
Playoff weather.
My friend Max that sits up there with me one time during the game, he looked and said, "I smell diesel fuel." And I said, "Right down there."
That's right.
See that fire down there on the sideline?
We went and put some heaters on the sidelines. We knew that as soon as you hit the ground, you were going to be wet last night from the rains. And just thought might need a little warmth over there on the sideline, especially on your feet.
Excuse me. I did holler a little bit last night more than I should have. The field was slick, a little bit slick. You'll see a lot of slipping, but it didn't get torn up quite as bad as I thought it might.
Yeah, I was worried about it deteriorating big time. Especially that first quarter was all played on one end of it.
Right.
But anyway, the middle was tough. I mean, it's slick. The outside the hash marks is still in pretty good shape. There's nowhere for the water to go.
Right,
it's got drains underneath it, but normally your grass removes most of the water. Sucks it in and utilizes it, and the grass has been dormant for the most part for the last 3 weeks, and so any rains we're getting, and we're in that cycle where we're getting a couple of days of rain every week, and there's just no place for the water to go. And I brought you an old picture of Jacob there, when I'm going through that, I found some pictures of the 2002 team. And if you remember, we played Hillsboro in a downpour on the old field, and we just thought we were dealing with mud. I mean, in those pictures, those players, Stephen Hull, and some of them are just caked.
It looked like a hog lot.
And it smelled like one.
Smelled like that
for the next 3 or 4 weeks.
And seems like.
So
who was that big? They had a big running back for about 2 years back in
Calvin Bryant.
Calvin, yeah,
big Calvin.
And he was. I mean, he churned up ground like a backhoe.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you a quick question before we get into the first quarter. You chose to take the ball first after winning the toss, and my thought was, well, he's wanting to get something done with that ball before maybe the field starts to.
That was correct.
That was great, just a little bit.
And we knew the wind was going to pick up. We made that decision, at 6:30, thinking the wind still wasn't as strong as we knew it would get as we go through the evening. And so that's the reason we wanted the ball. We felt like, okay, let's go after them. We were going to be real aggressive in the first 8 or 9 plays and see if we couldn't, jump to a quick lead or whatnot. And instead of jumping to a quick lead, we set them up for a quick lead.
Yeah. Okay, well, excuse me, what we're going to do right now is take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with the first quarter.
Are you ready for some football? Are you ready for cool days and cold nights? We're here warming up to serve our community.
Stroop Jacket Refrigeration would like to congratulate the 2019 class of Tullahoma. Go Cats!
Since 1889, Traders Bank has been helping our neighbors realize their dreams. Whether our customers are looking to put a roof over their heads, try their hand at entrepreneurship, or see themselves behind the wheel of a shiny new car, the folks at Traders Bank have always been ready to dive in with them. Because at Traders, we lend you more than just money. We lend you our good name. Traders Bank, you're welcome.
Attention, attention! Tullahoma and surrounding areas? Spinelli's Pizzeria is now open at 121 Northwest Atlantic Street in downtown Tullahoma. They specialize in Philadelphia-style pizzas that you can order by the pie or by the gigantic slice. Spinelli's also has great sandwiches with breads imported from Philly, loaded stromboli, salads, and desserts. They are open from 11 a.m. until 3 a.m. with delivery every day. So stop by Spinelli's and get a slice.
The choices we make today will impact tomorrow. Choosing natural gas today is the responsible energy choice for your home, your family, and our environment. Almost all natural gas we use is produced right here in North America. And with plentiful gas reserves, we can enjoy a safe and reliable energy future. Natural gas. The comfortable and responsible energy choice for today and tomorrow.
Brought to you by Elk River Public Utility District. Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Our captains last night, number 52, Ty Cox, number 26, Samari Lane, number 61, Rivers Jenkins, and number 9, our permanent captain, Bryson Corn. And we win the toss, and we wanted the football. We wanted to see if we couldn't make something happen. I really thought that Marshall County would defend the scoreboard. And they chose the win as the wind had already started kicking up by the time the game was starting.
And I don't know about the other side of the bleachers, but our side, the wind was right at us all night long.
It was coming out of the north. And they've got an outstanding kicker, as Coach Hosteen. I said, I thought that guy graduated. He says, this is his younger brother. Because the older brother looks just like him. And, we open up trying to run Bryson, and two things. They do a good job, but number two, we find out real quick Bryson can't run. He just can't run. We're going to go one more series with him. He wanted to try to play, so we made a game time decision to try to let him play, and we were already missing Kobe Burks, and I can't tell you how proud I am of our young men to be able to win a second-round playoff game without two of our better players playing. Samari Lane on the stop there for the loss. And they come back and run a buck sweep and make pretty good yardage. I believe it was Peyton Howard. I thought Peyton played really well last night.
He did have a good game last night.
I thought he, Matt Ross in particular, there's a bunch of them that made plays on the defensive side. Brace, Marin, Ty Cox, Samari Lane. There were just a lot of plays being made on the defensive side of the ball. And that's the reason we're still playing today.
Yes, sir.
They've got a first down, and we've given them the short field. And Samari's going to come through on a blitz, and Seven's trying to block him. And if you're watching this replay, you'll see Seven. They're trying to run an isolation, and it's amazing how quick Samari is. And he's all over them before they can get him blocked. They're going to run a little boot right here. And we're in pretty good position. We just didn't pick up the guy coming out of the backfield, but tackling for a short gain. And they're notorious for trying to pull you off sides. They finally get us later on in the game. But they're going to end up burning all three of their timeouts in the first quarter. And,
yes, they did.
And so that was big, because we get the end of this half, we're needing to run the clock out, and they've got no timeouts. Run a little speed sweep there. Samari makes the tackle, but young man picks up yards, and here comes their big crew in, and they drive the ball into the end zone. So they have scored off the short field that we gave them as we tried to run a little halfback pass there with Jacoby Thomas, and thought it was good to get a shot at them, but Marshall County did what they needed to do and got the short field, and they put it on us, put it in the end zone, and we find ourselves down 7-0.
On a cold, windy, sloppy, wet night.
Jacoby Thomas on the return, and we don't do a very good job of blocking. And so we got it 1st and 10 at the 15. And trying to run Bryson there and only pick up a couple of yards. Try it the other way, and
just can't cut.
He can't pick his feet up. Yeah. And so it just, frustrating for him. Try it again, and you can see again that he just can't pick his feet up to run. And so we'll put him on the shelf, and the medical people will work on him all the way through the first half. We even got a local medical company that brought us a new brace to try. It just wouldn't work. They worked on him all the way through the first half. They try to run a reverse here, and Matt Ross right where he's supposed to be, and throws the quarterback off and makes the tackle for no gain.
That kid's a gamer on both sides of the ball.
Yes,
he is an impressive young man.
This is huge right here. Okay, we've got our backs to the wall. They've got great field position still. It seems like we can't get off our end of the field. And defense, which has carried us all year long, they're going to make some big plays here. It's 1st and 10 at the 30. And it looks like Marshall County's on a jump out to a big lead against us. That was their second timeout, as they had 12 men lining up on that play.
Big as they are, they could only use 10.
And there's Ian Poe and Brace Marin stopping it for a loss. They come back and they're going to do a little halfback pass themselves. Ty Cox gets his hands on it, knocks it down. And so they're going to try it. They had a screen on back to the left over here, and they kind of had a smash route over there, and they got a lineman downfield that was running the screen back our way, and so they lose yardage or having an ineligible receiver downfield. And they're going to come back and try to run a screen, and they overthrow, and Race was in pretty good shape right there.
Well, I mean, Ty Cox was in his face.
Yep.
He had to get rid of that ball.
And so they punt it, and it's on a roll into the end zone. So at least we're going to take over at the 20-yard line. Now we need to get a couple of first downs and flip this field. We're playing into a pretty strong win right now. We're going to run Hunter Palmer on a speed sweep, and Hunter picks up the first down.
He's sneaky slick, isn't he?
He is. Just needs to get some confidence. You know, sometimes he just doesn't have the confidence to go do it. Brian Nims has come in for Bryson, and I think Brian did a great job last night. We forget to block 44 there. We got 2 linemen that go get a linebacker. We killed the linebacker on that play, by the way, but nobody touched 44.
Got to get both of them.
Here we run the quick screen, and Brace Marin looked like he was getting ready to turn the Jets on and get away, but 23 finally pulls him down at the 25-yard line, and we have flipped the field. And that's what we wanted to do, is get that field flipped.
Now that was you had a little wrinkle to that play that seemed like it was kind of different from. I mean, we came out the other side the other way, and then rolled around and threw it back across the field.
Well, it was just it's a quick screen off the sweep. We've made a living this year off the sweep. We did that play for a touchdown against Giles County.
Right.
We knew with the relationship between Giles County and Marshall County, there'd be no giving up any information. So we didn't use that play against Maplewood or against Livingston because, number one, the Giles County tape was in the swap with those 2 teams, so they're seeing the play. But we knew that Marshall County wouldn't see the play because we knew Giles wouldn't give it up. And we weren't swapping that tape with them. We swapped Maplewood and Livingston our last 2 games. So that's kind of the backstory behind that.
There's politics in everything in there, John.
And the tough part of it was that Ian Poe, for the last 2 weeks now, has become the starter at that left tackle. But Ian Poe doesn't have the speed, so we had to sneak Jalen Newsom in there to play tackle, number 77. And he was fast enough, and he's the one that makes the block that springs it. And he was the one that sprung it against Giles County when we went for a 75, 80-yard touchdown, whatever it was. And so anyway, that's a good play for us. We just got to figure out how to slide personnel in and out without everybody, there he is.
It's coming this way.
So you got those type things. But we knew we could get by with it the very first time because Jalen's been swapped in and out throughout the year, started some games, comes in, plays a series, etc. So we knew the first time we called it that we felt like. The other thing that was really tough is knowing whether the corner was going to be up tight or not, and you're trying to formation them to a situation to make them have that corner backed off. And fortunately for us, he was backed off, and big play, flipped the field. Second quarter, we're in good field position.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize how in-depth coaches research and study these tapes and watch these game tapes and plays, and just the very stuff you're talking about knowing when one guy gets substituted for another, what that means. And it's not like, oh, there's old coach, he's going to come out there and put his hat on and we're going to play a little football. It's a science now.
Sometimes I feel that way when I'm watching somebody truck as I'm going.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. But we've got the ball now, and we flipped the field a little bit, so we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back for the second quarter.
I was looking for a bank that sees me as more than just a credit score or an account balance.
A bank that has my best interest at heart and will help me get better at managing my money.
That answers to me and not some stockholder somewhere.
A bank that's big enough to have everything I need. Checking, savings, loans, credit cards, but small enough to treat me like family.
Turns out, I wasn't looking for a bank at all.
Ascend Federal Credit Union, banking without the bank.
Since 1917, Builder Supply has been the place to go for all your building materials. It's where the contractors have shopped for years. Builder Supply stocks quality Benjamin Moore paint, Tamco shingles, case knives, DeWalt, Stanley, and Makita tools, Peachtree's Southern Rose and Sun windows, Trader's grills, Quickset locks, General Shell brick, Yellow wood, and pass load nail guns and nails. Experienced salespeople are there to help you find the right products for your job. So when you're ready to build, whether large or small, think Builder Supply, 301 South Atlantic Street in Tullahoma. The Gondola, located at 412 East Carroll Street, is Tullahoma's oldest pizza, pasta, and steakhouse, featuring all kinds of pizzas, calzones, pastas, and steaks, chicken, pork, sandwiches, and seafood. Check out their daily specials on Facebook. And don't forget that on Saturdays there's ribs and smoked Boston butts. Add a great variety of appetizers and desserts, and come on in, y'all. Gondola has it all. For carry-out, call 455-9738. That's the Gondola Steakhouse, located at 412 East Carroll Street in Tullahoma.
Hey, Tullahoma, stop by McMurray's for all your personal and business needs. Copying and finishing service. That's black and white and color copying, 1 to 1,000. Scan, print, reduce, enlarge up to 36 inches. Brochures, carbonless forms, design services, foam core mounting, fax service, comb and coil binding, lamination up to 40 inches. Wedding services include wedding invitations, wedding programs, and napkins. That's McMurray's, 101 West OG Street, Tullahoma. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. McMurray's.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Second quarter begins with us at the 24-yard line. We roll Ben out, and they're getting ready to run a corner blitz, and then the corner backpedals, and they kind of made Ben hold the football instead of throwing it. But we're going to come back and run a screen right here to Matt Ross that we put in just for Marshall, and they're going to call us for holding right there. And it looked like a senior whipping a sophomore to me.
That's pretty much what it was.
And his race was all over him, and I don't know what else to tell him. I mean, he's moving his feet, he's running, changing directions, his hands are inside. I don't know what else he could have done. Watch 16 on this play. Boom! Put him in the ground. I love it. He got to leaning too much, and we missed our block right there. Nobody blocked 7. And
he's a pretty good-sized kid, too.
He is, but the guy assigned him, hadn't had a lot of practice right there at that play. And we roll out, and Ben's on a throw it to Matt right there, and great catch. We can see it from the end zone shot. He got that arm underneath that football. I don't know how he did it. It was a great catch. We're going to throw a lateral right here back to our offensive tackle, number 52, Ty Cox, and his fellow linemen are going to escort him to the end zone. And excited young man, and he ought to be excited. We've worked on that play for 2 years. And
well, he's got pretty good speed anyway, doesn't he?
For a lineman, he does. And so it's good for old Ty. I'm proud of he and Ben executing that play, and his fellow lineman just escorting him right on into that end zone. We talked about that if we got inside the 20-yard line, that would be one of the plays that we would use, and great execution there. And they get a block in the back there. 7-7, 1st and 10, and there's your man Ty Cox. He can't quite make the play, but he chases him to the other senior defensive end, and Matt Ross throws him for a loss.
On him.
And they try to run a sweep, and I believe that was Peyton. Yeah, Peyton Howard. I'm telling you, he made that off tackle play all night long. So proud of him.
He's a junior?
Senior. Everybody's senior. They're going to try to go to a one-on-one route over here on the sideline, and his brother Q Howard, Quentin Howard, is there on the coverage. We're going to make them punt the football. And momentum is beginning to swing our way.
Come on, Mo. The punter, they had some exchange problems last night.
Yeah, we did too. Cold ball, wet hands makes for a little bit of excitement. So
we're at the what here?
34-yard line, 9-yard punt, and we're going to go after them right here. So we're going to do a little, taking the outside receiver in motion, and we're going to throw the post route. And Ben Fulton, Hunter Palmer, touchdown, and you can't see it, but boy, you can, on the end zone copy, you can see them turning around. You know, and that's the reason we're using so much motion and movement. Is they're pretty sophisticated in some of the stuff they do coverage-wise, but it makes them have to communicate, and you got to communicate instantly if everybody's already lined up. And our kickoff team keeps doing a great job. I don't know what all these kickers do. They work their tails off up there with Coach Holliday, though, to get to where we can do all kinds of kicks on kickoffs.
We're squibbing, we're squirting, we're popping.
And it's working. So.
And they can't, and nobody can catch the ball last night.
Good run by their young man. And right there was Matt Ross making the tackle. We missed most of the play, but they tried to run the same play, and he tried to bounce it, and Matt Ross made the play. They run a sweep, and we're going to get penalized here. No, we didn't get penalized on that one. It's the next one coming up we get penalized on. And they're going to run a reverse, and this is the one. This is where we got them stopped short, and Rivers needed to pull off right there and didn't get.
Pretty close.
It was close. The guy's still heading vertically. It's not like he was heading straight out of bounds or anything. And so good blocking by them. They get a good push and play into their boundary.
Well, number 3 is a dangerous character.
And good cut. Number 8 there, we cut off where he was headed to, and Jacoby Thomas gets him down and out of bounds. So they're on the move. Marshall County trying to respond to our score. And doing a pretty good job of knocking us back right here.
That's a big boy right there.
They're just trying to play power football. Samari.
There you go. Get in there.
Through.
Yeah, look at him. Swarming like bees.
Hits him behind the LOS. So we got them in third down now.
You know what I've noticed about our defense is when they hit somebody like that, it's violent.
Yeah, Peyton Howard, that's the same play he makes all night long. And they're going to fake the field goal. You know you don't need to cover 34 in all likelihood. Got to figure out where he is trying to go with it. And
that was a great
Quentin
play.
Howard covering big old 44.
You've been mossed. That was almost a you've been mossed right there.
So great job by the defense. Keeps them out of the end zone, keeps them off the board. And we're going to come out and hit Jake Hollingsworth here and pick up a first down. We were trying to see if we couldn't get it out to around the 50. If we could, we would start trying to go score again. Come back, and he's going to drop it off to Brian, and Brian, great job, absorbs that lick, keeps those feet going, and heads for the goal line.
There you go.
And doesn't make any yardage, but he doesn't lose any on that play. It's just great effort.
Yeah, that's a great game from that young man last night.
We're going to try to run him off tackle here, and, you know, he falls forward. It's what you want. We need to get a first down here, and so we're going to try to run Brian this way, and somehow or another we miss the handoff, and Ben just follows him. And we get called for holding, so now we just take a knee, and because they don't have any timeouts. If they had some timeouts, we'd been in trouble right there. They'd gotten another shot. And, you know, so we're up 14-7. Our defense is playing really, really well. Offensively, we've taken advantage of the short field, made a couple of big plays. You know, so we feel good. We don't go in and talk about a couple of things that are hurting us on the defensive side. Offensively, we don't go in and talk about that we're going to be going into that win for the third quarter, and that we got to just hold our own. And then if we are behind, we get the fourth quarter and get the win behind us, we'll go back after them again.
Right, right. And all of us were standing up, stomping our feet, trying to get them to come back to life in the stands. I would imagine that there was more hot chocolate and coffee sold there last night than there has been all year long.
I'd say you're right. And,
people were. Hey, and I want to thank the ROTC group for what they do. You know, this is Veterans Day coming up tomorrow, 11/11. And those young people were going through the stands last night handing out little American flags. Okay. And being a veteran, I appreciate that very much. That at what they do, they have developed a wonderful program down there. And they're very supportive of the school itself, of athletics. They're young men and ladies who are making a commitment to something, and a lot of them are people who never have had to make that type of commitment before. And I want to congratulate the folks who have started that program and continue to make that program a stellar program. Like most things at Tullahoma High School aren't mediocre.
Right.
And they have continued that with that in a wonderful way, and they're to be congratulated for it.
Colonel Johnson and Sergeant Major Ramez, who are the two in charge of the program now, have done a great job. And the 12th man, Major McGill may have been the one that started the 12th man, but they've continued it, and we appreciate all that they do.
Yeah, they do. Okay, well, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We don't have a halftime show tonight, and we will be back with the third quarter here in just a bit.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 different locations, 8 new car franchises, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, a certified collision center with lifetime paint guarantee, Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental. Let our family exceed your expectations at the Russell Barnett Automotive family. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
Whether it's a home loan, a business loan, a personal loan, a loan for any good reason, Citizens Tri-County Bank is here to help you with the loans you need. With caring, friendly lending pros at convenient offices across Tullahoma, we love our community and we take pride in helping people get the loans they need. Citizens Tri-County Bank, focused on making loans for the individuals and businesses of our community.
Ah, the glory days. Running to daylight on the gridiron and chasing a ball with a mind of its own. Cheering the team to victory and marching to the beat of your own drum. Memories that last a lifetime. But sometimes we're reminded of our glory days in ways we'd rather forget. Get back in the game. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live and play well.
If you're looking for fuel, food, or fun, don't forget the Dameron Brothers stores. The Shortstop has fuel, food, and beverages. The Liquor Locker carries all of your favorite brands of wines and spirits. It has party supplies, beverages, and the area's best selection of premium cigars. So for all your party needs, Jeff and Jay say, come on by, and thank you for the support of our businesses. Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Third quarter, Marshall County's going to take the football.
If they can find it.
Good way to start, I'm telling you. I don't know what it is about our kickers, but they do a great job.
That was a great job of the second man through right there pulling off of that hit.
Yeah.
I don't know who it was. She was flying.
They run the speed sweep, and they're going to get 5 or 6 yards there before Samari and
I bet that guy
Hunter
was glad
Joel
to
makes
see
the
Samari
tackle. They come back and they're going to fake it this time and try to run an ISO, and young man loses his footing there, so it's third down and about 3. And they're got their bunch set, and they finally draw us off sides. And then this time we just line up off sides. Said head was in the neutral zone.
Well, Samari and Ty both timed that stuff so well.
Well, on that one, it was just lining up in it. It wasn't any movement or anything. They said his head was in the neutral zone. So, second down and short as we hold them to a couple of yards there.
Number 3 got picked up and cast into his backfield.
They're on play action, trying to run a screen, and should have had 61 for being downfield because they threw the ball past the LOS on the screen. And then 39 moved early there, so it's going to back them up. Third down 8, and they're going to come this way. And they almost get the first down there. Caleb Stroop and Race Mayer and
trying to get that
Quentin
ball.
And Ty, we were trying to get the ball out of there. 39 jumps again.
Yes, he did.
And so they're going to lose 5 yards and have to punt the ball to us. And remember, this quarter we're going into that win, so we're just trying to
survive,
get a couple of first downs. If we can get more than 2 first downs, it's icing on the cake. We just want to eat up some clock and get through this third quarter with a 14-7 lead. We throw a short pass there to Matt Ross, and Matt just fights for every yard he can get. Picks up the first down. And we're going to run Brian Nims here. And
Great job.
Great blocking job. Freshman right there, 56. Caden Bradford. Sophomore right beside him, 63. Garrett Harris. Doing a great job. And then we go backwards. We had a holding call on a freshman, and then we're going to get a movement on by the sophomore, and so we've gone backwards now 2 straight plays. Put ourselves in a bind. Try to run Jacoby Thomas there, as we're doing tailback by committee now. We're going to come back. We're going to throw the quick screen again to Race Marin, and if he doesn't lose his footing, he maybe had a chance to get another 10, 12 yards.
Oh, yeah. He lost his footing setting that safety up.
Yeah.
He had him.
And I've had him one-on-one there. Ben's on, pull it down and run right here, and big 72 buries him, and he dug a trench for the garden there with the face mask. Race does a good job of adjusting to get the snap, and now we've got the short punt. And so Marshall County takes over.
You know?
Once that snaps, and it's tough not to do snaps. Their guys struggling, we're struggling.
Look at here.
They're running the boot, and we're trying to put the heat on them over there, and Caleb Stroop breaks the pass up. It's going to be marked incomplete. New set. We hadn't seen this set, so it took us a little bit by surprise. But Hunter Jewell, right where he needs to be, holds them to a very short gain.
Didn't take Hunter by surprise.
No, but we're sitting there going, all right, we hadn't seen this one before. And then they get us right here on a wheel route to number 3, a throwback to the running back coming out of the backfield. And Peyton was there in coverage and lost his footing whenever he was trying to spin around and find the football. One of those that you look back on and go, I wish he had just let him catch it and then grab him and tackle him, But you're going to look for that football. Everybody on that sideline yelling, ball, 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 and he's spinning trying to find it and loses his footing. So it's 14-14.
Thank you, Doc.
And Jacoby Thomas. This time we'll do a little better job. We pick up a few of them. And then he's on carry 2 or 3 of them for about 10 more extra yards.
Yeah.
Great job.
Keep those feet moving. He's sophomore.
Sophomore.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah. We'll come back right here and we hit Hunter Palmer. Hunter's gonna go get 8 or 9 yards. Good blocking out there. Great blocking out there on the edge.
Our receivers do an excellent job.
Hey, good job by Brian. He's gonna go get the hard, tough yards. So we get a first down. Here we come with Brian again. And again, great job blocking. You got Matt Ross and Race Marin and the 2 that I've already talked about, doing a great job on blocking right there. And we're battling. It's tough yards, and they get Race for blocking in the back, and it's close. From this vantage point, from what the official sees, I can understand him calling it. When you look at it from the end zone shot, the hands are to the front of the shoulder pad because it actually spins the guy. But when you look at it from the side shot, which is what the official's seeing, so we get a block in the back there that puts us back behind the 8 ball again. But
and as you notice, as we're going through this, the field in the middle is getting a little bit darker looking.
Oh yes.
And that means it's muddier and it's slicker. And just like you said at the first of the game, we need to try to do something early because of that and the wind as well. And but it's a dogfight. This is the second round of the playoffs, folks.
Second round of the playoffs with a team that's been to the semifinals 3 years in a row. And they've struggled this year. They lost their quarterback right before the start of the season, and so, but they've got a lot of pride. They felt like they could beat us. They felt like it was a fluke when we beat them in week 3.
Wasn't.
Well, two pretty evenly matched teams.
Yeah, really.
And it just was. You'll see it in the fourth quarter here. They've got a chance that they could pull out in front of us by 3. It's a good ball game.
Well, and I don't think their record reflects the type of football team they have.
Right. Now Maplewood beat them by 14. Nobody else has beat them by more than 7 points.
Right.
And most of the losses are even less than 7.
Right.
And they've played some really good people.
Yeah.
They've played Cambridge. They've played Brentwood. It's not like they've dodged people.
Right. So, hey, while we're here, I want to, taking this break, I want to thank the Donut Palace. See that donut there? And not one there. You know why there's not one there? It was too good for it to last until time for me to talk to you about it. I think Coach might have a piece of his sprinkle over there. Coach likes sprinkles on his. So, but go by and see them across from the high school. Donut Palace are open 7 days a week till from 6 o'clock in the morning till 2 or 3 in the afternoon. They're great people down there, and we want to thank them so much for being our donut sponsor on the John Ollie Fifth Quarter Show for how long as I can remember.
A
long time. Want to thank Paige Lashley down at Prescott Bottling. They're our water sponsor this year, and that's Deja Blue. Get you some Deja Blue. It has electrolytes. Every now and then you need an infusion of electrolytes just to keep your lights working right, man. Keep you lit up, keep you shining from the inside out. Not be shining on the outside looking in, but from the inside out. Put it out there. Electrolytes, that'll make it happen for you. We'll be back in just a minute with fourth quarter.
Daddy Billy's Deli Bar and Grill has been open at 119 Northwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma for over 40 years, serving up good times and great food. Owner Nick Smith has made a great investment to remodel the inside, which is now a non-smoking facility, and add a great outdoor patio area with a covered stage, a fire pit, and a second bar where smoking is allowed. The food remains great at Daddy Billy's, from burgers to paninis, salads, wings, with new items being added all the time. Be part of the good times at Daddy Billy's, 119 Northwest Atlantic Street, downtown Tullahoma.
Donuts. Tasty. Donuts. Donuts.
Are your teeth dull, chipped, stained, or crooked? If so, call the dental practice of Dr. Mike Long. For a wider, brighter, more attractive smile, Dr. Long offers cosmetic dentistry at its best through whitening, bonding, and veneers. Dr. Long also uses laser technology, eliminating anesthesia and drilling. When you are ready to enhance your smile, call Dr. Mike Long, Family Practice Dentistry for 29 years.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
We open up with the football, trying to run the screen again. And their defensive end makes a great play. Ben and Matt keep it from being a touchdown, but we give them the ball, short field.
Tied, 14-14.
And the defense bail us out. And it's a way to run the football. Matt Ross blew the play up. He couldn't tackle the guy, but he blew it up, bought enough time for his teammates. Tyrell Mitchell, number 57, missed him the first time and turned around and chased him down and got in on that last tackle. And there's number 16 again, making that off tackle.
Same play.
Same play over and over, whether they're running a sweep or a speed sweep or what we call the power sweep. They try to draw us off, and they're going to take a timeout if I remember right. Crucial series. They're going to throw a throwback here to the quarterback. We play it, but he just makes a good play. I mean, we're there. It's made to go back the other way, and here he comes back this way. And he's pretty fast.
You know, after watching that play, I was surprised that they didn't have any other keeper plays and stuff for him in there.
Well, he was reading a lot of plays.
He never kept it though.
Well, it's because we were trying to make him give it away.
Okay.
We kept giving him the read to give it because we did not want the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
He had hurt us for about 60 or 70 yards first time we played him, running the ball. He's a natural wide receiver. Last year he was one of their wide receivers. And when they lost Wallace right there at the start of the football practice, they moved him in to play quarterback.
They voted by committee to make him quarterback.
Yeah, he's a senior, and he'd been their backup quarterback, so he knew what he was doing. They try to run the reverse there. We miss him, but I'm telling you, we close rapidly. Caleb Stroop, Race Mayer.
And seriously.
Yeah, and we're going to miss a lot of these defenders, but it's been a fun year because of it.
It's been fun for the people sitting in the stands.
And then lo and behold, I'm just telling you, it's different on a wet night, cold night. Matt Ross ends up with that football.
That little kicker was going like this, like, no, you can't hit him. Oh, yeah, we can.
So, we don't want, we end up making something out of a play that's been blown up.
That was a back shoulder throw, wasn't it, Coach?
No. That was a blown play, but we make something out of it. That's where you get Jimmy's and Joe's. And
good job, Ben.
Had just hit Jacoby Thomas. Keeps it there from taking a big loss. As we were trying to be aggressive right here, we got the wind to our back, and we wanted to get the ball back out to midfield where at least we were going to live on their end.
Ooh.
Samari Lane, he comes to Coach Shaw and says, Coach, I can run this football.
And he can.
And we started working with Samari about 2 weeks ago at running back in particular. Great job blocking there. And again, we get another 7-8 yards. Then he got sick last week. He had the flu last week. Didn't practice at all. Played on Friday night. And, he would come and watch practice. So we didn't really get any more work in with him. But
they didn't know what to do with him.
He's a good athlete. He's a good football player. He's got great acceleration. And he's strong. So anyway, we ran him there 3 straight plays. we're going to come back and try to do the Ty Cox play right here. If you'll look at it, it's second down. You see that?
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, we get called for an illegal forward pass, which was a good call. That's what it should have been. And so it's an incomplete pass. But now it's fourth down. We got penalized 2 downs.
Yeah.
And I told that guy on our sideline, I said, you sure it's fourth down? I said, I'm pretty sure I called that as a second down play. That's what I got it on my sheet as. And he said, not 4 down. And I said, okay, if you say so. But anyway, because there was a big delay of the game right there.
They didn't know what to
discuss
do.
it.
They didn't know what to do.
And so anyway, we punted down. We got them down at the 10-yard line. Turned out okay for us. I didn't have any third and forever that we hadn't already shown them, so would have been difficult. No gain, second down, and they're going to try to run they run it one more time here, and then they're going to try their bootleg. And there's your play where the quarterback could keep it.
Right.
But he handed it off, and
he should have kept it.
Well, if he had, Peyton would have taken him instead of the ball carrier.
Okay.
Peyton was actually assigned quarterback on that particular one. So
now let's see what happens here.
Here it is. They're going to try to run a boot to the right, and Ty Cox is going to be right in his face when he runs around. See him spin around, and then he just panicked. And so he threw the ball, nobody close, and safety, and that's what we needed. Great play, great play. So proud of our defense. Coach Sis, Coach Britton, Coach Jared Olive.
Now, could
Brady
they onside kick
yes.
here?
That's a free kick. And we were expecting the onside kick. They kick it deep. We're going to return it to about the 45.
So we need a first down real bad right here.
We do.
Because we're right at what? 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes?
Just over 3, if I remember right.
Yeah. So we still have to burn some time.
We need a first down.
2-point ball game.
And they blitz off the corner there, and we don't do a very good job of reacting to it. We'll try to coach that one up a little better. I was mentioning those defensive coaches. I need to mention Coach Corey Searcy. He does the defensive ends, and he tells me he's a lot better coach than he has been with Cox and Brawls.
Yeah. Talent upgrades your position a little bit.
It does. It makes all the difference in the world. Try to run Samari right up the gut. We'd been hitting them off tackle and running the speed sweep, and we thought we might just split them, and he was close. We're going to try to draw them off sides. And they're coming up in there. I thought we might get them, but nah, we didn't. So we'll let the clock run on down, and then we're going to punt it back to them.
And I wish Bob would have shown us the clock right there.
We'll have to get after him, huh?
No.
Race punts it back to him here and punts it away from them, and they end up roughing him. They rough the punter, and so we're going to keep the football as we get a first down off the penalty. And we're still above the 2-minute mark. And Samari, that's one of those coaching points. Got to stay in bounds.
Yeah.
We're running it into the boundary because of their defense. We were running it into the boundary. But you got to stay in bounds. So we're going to run the speed sweep to the wide side of the field, figuring we won't run out of real estate. They'll have to tackle us in bounds. We take a timeout, and we're going to go to running the sweep here, where we just old-fashioned wing T style football, except we were pitching it, and we get called for holding, and they have the choice inside 2 minutes whether the clock starts or stops, and so the clock stopped, and that messed us up. I thought we'd made a great play right here and got a touchdown, and said he didn't complete the catch. But it looked like me. He caught the ball 2 yards outside the end zone. And
yeah, sort
he's
of
tackling 2 yards inside the end zone. That's several steps there.
Yeah, pretty much.
But he could have been bobbling it. I don't know. They had a lot better view than I did. They're going to try to throw the ball back over here. And Sam Brock, a senior,
look at him.
Does the things that, I mean, last week he had to play linebacker. Samari was out. And, you know, it's just
selfless.
Been a great thing.
Selfless, great teammate.
And, we got to snap it one more time. And Tullahoma Wildcats are going to be going to the state quarterfinals.
Congratulations.
They swipe at the ball right there, and I asked the official on our sideline, I said, I get to take the choice of the clock winding right here, don't I? He said, yeah. I said, well, that's good. And so anyway.
Well, you know, a minute ago I was saying something about Bob, and I wish we could see the clock, and that's somebody else we need to thank. You know, we go through these 25 years of what we've done here on the John Olive Fifth Quarter Show, and there's so many people that have made it possible. You know, Philip Scoggins and Jenny English sitting back there in the back on a Saturday morning when it's cold, whether they both probably rather still be at home, and Bob Lamoya. My friend Bob Lamoya, we go to all the away games together, and he drives and I buy supper. And they were talking. I was talking to a teacher yesterday, and she said, "Are you going to the ball game?" And I said, "Yeah, it's going to be cold." And she said, "Well, you sit in the press box, don't you?" And I said, "No. That real estate's too expensive for me." She said, "Well, who's up there?" And I started naming off all the people who have to be in a press box.
Right.
She said, "Well, you know, I've never even thought about that." And I said, "Well, that's the way it is." And I said, like Bob Lamoy, we go to a lot of these schools. He's up on a roof in a parka. You know, he looks like one of those guys in Alaska at one of these camps, you know. Yep. Rain, shine, doesn't make any difference. He's up there. He's getting the video. He and Terry. Terry runs the camera that goes up the end zone
Terry's
camera.
Got the end zone camera, and we always have a good time. But if Bob's gonna be up inside, like when we play at home, and last night, you know, Bob said, my space is pretty warm, and Terry, you know,
eat another hamburger.
They do a great job. Both of them do.
And you got Randy Wilson who hauls stuff.
He hauls stuff, and you got Jimmy and Tom that jump in there and help out. I mean, it's
Hollingsworth and
you got Terry Puckers that's going to meet me here at the end of this show down at the football stadium, and we've got a roller, and we're going to roll the game field to try to help it out, and because I guess we don't need to talk about next week, though, until we go to a commercial, right?
Yeah, we're going to take a commercial break right now, seeing how we've wasted a little bit of time, and thank Coach for coaching me there. See, a good coach knows when to coach. Let's take a break.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
La Fiesta Bar and Grill, located at 1410 North Jackson Street at the Quality Inn. The La Fiesta offers the freshest and best presented Mexican dishes in the area. The recently remodeled restaurant offers you all of your favorites, from chips and salsa to chicken, steak, and seafood dishes. There's a fiesta going on every day at La Fiesta Bar and Grill, 1410 North Jackson Street, Tullahoma. Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Okay, folks, we're back. Now we need to discuss a little bit about what's going to happen this next week. We're in the quarterfinals, and we will be going back to Maplewood.
That is correct.
And give us a little rundown there on what you see and what you're thinking.
Well, we were at Maplewood just a couple of weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Week 11, and got beat 14-6. We actually got beat worse than the score. Our defense played really, really well, kept us in the ball game. Offensively, we struggled because we couldn't block their defensive front.
Right, big. They're very, very good sized young men.
They're big, they're strong, they're seniors, and we're starting one senior in the offensive line, 2 sophomores, and 2 freshmen right now.
Right.
And,
big difference.
Big difference. So from that standpoint, we've got our hands full. All right, we've got to be able to come up with a way to take some pressure off our defense, eat some time off the clock, shorten the game down, and then have our defense make some big plays, maybe score some themselves, like last night, and then we got a chance. We got a chance to come back home and host a state semifinal game here.
Wouldn't that be something?
That would be something.
That's never happened.
1987 is the last time Tullahoma was in the semifinals, and that was at Jeff County. 1979, Tullahoma was in the semifinals against Oak Ridge. Now, that one may have been here. I don't know.
I don't think so.
That was way before my time. But I do know that Tullahoma played Oak Ridge in the state semifinals in '79. All right, at least I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah.
And so 2010, team went to the quarterfinals, got beat over at Columbia by the eventual state champion. In fact, in all 3 of those situations, 1979, Oak Ridge will be state champions. 1987, Jeff County will be state champions. And in 2010, Columbia was state champions. And so
we're back in rare air.
We're back in rare air, and which is an amazing accomplishment for these young men. You go back that these young men survived through 2 winless seasons, their freshman year and their sophomore year on the varsity level. Now, on the freshman level, they were pretty good. They played in the Lions Bowl. So forth. But a good number of these played on Friday nights as well. And, for the ones that have stayed and battled and worked their tails off, I mean, I can't tell you how much stronger we are today. Marshall County's a very physical football team, and they're a pretty good sized football team. But there are times last night we were manhandling them. And Coach Osteen, when he talked to me after the game there, he said, that's just amazing that his quote, that you all were able to win minus your 2 best football players. Now, I don't know if they're our 2 best. They're 2 of our best football players. We've got some guys that play this game really well. They're our 2 most dynamic players on the offensive side of the ball. But anyway, Coach Sis and Coach Britton and Larry Campbell have got a new spark in the weight room, and we've got kids. I think it was 2 weeks ago, John, we broke 32 personal records in the weight room for that week. Every week we have broken personal records, and we keep it listed across the whiteboard in the weight room, and you can go all the way back to week 2 in the football season and you'll see how many records were set in the weight room by individuals. Every time they set an individual record, they go and
put it on the board.
Put it on the board, and then we tally it up at the end of the week and put the number up there going across the top. And that's the difference.
They're fueling each other.
They are, and that's the difference, though, is to be able to play high school athletics, for the most part, you've got to keep constantly working to make your body faster, stronger, quicker. And if you'll get those three things done, it's amazing what happens on the field of competition.
Well, and you know, of course, I've said this a lot over the years that, you know, once you leave this arena right here, and you go to college and you play on it's a job.
Oh yeah.
This is a chance. These young men, to me, high school athletics is the ultimate example of team play, because they don't get anything special promoting themselves. They don't get an extra $1 million a year. They get special things by lifting each other up to a different level. It very rarely is it an individual trying to reach an individual level. It's an individual trying to be better to raise his whole team.
In the sport of football, you got to do that.
Yeah.
You can you do. You can be the best athlete on the field, but if nobody else is able to play with you, you're not very good on Friday nights. And this crew is just, they've stuck in there and they play hard. You know, we don't worry about them whether they don't show up and play or not. Sometimes we don't play very smart, but we have always played hard this year. And you know, we look forward to going to Maplewood. Ball game a bit, 7 p.m. We had more fans than they did in the rain up there a couple of weeks ago.
It's supposed to be pretty on Friday. Maybe even the temperature up just a little bit.
Yeah, so it'll be cool. Get dressed, bring your blankets, bring those little space heaters that I see at ball games nowadays, and you know.
Seemed like everybody up there last night
battle them and see what we can do.
Everybody up there, it's the ladies, it's not the guys. The ladies come in and they open up their purses and they're throwing out a hand warmer, those kind of things that you crack and all of a sudden they're hot.
Yeah.
They're just slinging them to everybody in the stands. And you know, it's been so much fun for us up in the stands, and even through the years, the 2 years of winning no football games, Tullahoma High School football is still an outstanding experience for our community, because these guys, John and the coaching staff over there, and everybody that's involved with this program, it's a privilege and an honor to be part of something so wonderful that's happened in this town for many, 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 many years, and now to bring it to the next level again and be able to go and be in the quarterfinals of the state playoffs. How can you not have fun in the stands? It is absolutely exhilarating. Be there at Maplewood next Friday night. It's not supposed to be cold. It's supposed to be all cold this week. By next Friday, the sun's going to be out. I believe it's supposed to be even close to 60 Friday. So
that'd be good.
No reason for you not to be at Maplewood and help this fella right here who is, and it's, you know, something else I want to say is it's an honor for me to have spent the years I have with Coach Olive and to sit at this table with him and at other tables as well. We're should be very proud of our programs, what he's done in this community, not only for our young men, but for all men, is a credit to his faith, his personality, his perseverance, and I'm just glad he's here and hope he never goes away. Coach, thanks a whole lot for what you do.
I think I matched my top now. Thank you.
You've topped out. Hey, a lot of folks say Coach Olive made my son a better boy. He's made me a better man. Think about that a little bit. We'll see you in Maplewood.